Back in March, we set out on a journey, one that you joined us along.
Yes, the knit along has become a pretty popular segment every Wednesday here on Good Day.
Yes, and take a look here at some of the highlights.
Help! Help! This is not supposed to look like this, Diane.
It's not.
It all started as a New Year's resolution. I wanted to learn how to knit. Come to find out,
I had the skills.
it was a bumpy start, but you at home joined us for the ride.
And it turns out both of us learned a lot. We even went to an alpaca farm. Boomer.
Boomer.
Hey, bud.
And when you feel their fiber, you understand why products made with it are so luxurious.
We also visited Sauter Village.
To see how early settlers spun fiber to make yarn.
It's twisting those little hair-like fibers together.
And voila, you have yarn.
Thanks to some mail from a viewer, we learned about an important knitting program through the American Red Cross.
There were 8 million women that were recruited throughout the various chapters in the nation, as well as junior Red Crossers, to actually take on this task to make these items.
These volunteers were a part of the production corps that made over 63 million garments for civilians and the military.
We also dyed our own yarn with Created for You by Laura.
And then after you guys have dyed your masterpieces, we would be taking them and steaming them, and the heat will actually set the dye.
Okay. And no surprise here, we learned from a research expert that knitting and crocheting comes with some great mental health benefits.
It does make me feel less anxious. It helps with our breathing, sort of focusing our mind, giving us something, maybe even a distraction from worry.
Some of the most fun we've had is sharing your projects. So many beautiful blankets, hats, and even cacti.
Plus, it's been great to get to know the people who run our local yarn stores.
I always love to feature our local artists. So these beautiful rope baskets, we're calling them bougie bins.
While you all create such beautiful items, what's more beautiful is what you do with your projects. Many times, they become a gift.
Like a group that gets together regularly at Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Cathedral. They crochet squares into blankets only to donate them.
This is good?
Thank you. Made with love.
Goes with my apartment.
A delivery that was well received.
Yeah, handmade.
It means an awful lot.
And it's not just the adult knitters out there who are using their skills to better the community. The kids are too. Thanks to a kind teacher at Liberty Benton Middle School directing students to crochet octopi for babies in the NICU.
They're working from the heart.
And not just any octopi. These guys have personality, each with a different hat and color scheme.
Things that make it happy, you know, it makes the octopi happier, like look happier.
My sister was a preemie, so we know that road's really rough, but there's a little hope now.
Boy, is there. The students wrapped their gifts for Mrs. E to deliver to the NICU, which were received with open arms.
So that's amazing that they are able to think of babies and think of other people and just give back to these babies. It's amazing.
And we can't forget Elaine Baker and the 200+ comfort shawls she's crocheted for Life Connection of Ohio to give to donor families on the most difficult day of their lives.
When I get done with supper dishes, that's what I do, is sit down and start watching TV and grab my napkin and everything else to throw, and that's what I do for the rest of the night.
And of course, there's our projects too.
And I made a bow tie for Ryan and then started a necktie for Steven. We actually enlisted his help.
So what is this called again?
This is called steam blocking.
Okay, so is the towel moist or is that
Yes.
dry? Okay.
Yes, so we got the towel kind of wet here. Yep.
Do you want to just try to do it that far for now?
Yeah, so let's have Steven, so you'll bring that in. Hopefully we hear the magical sound of
Okay, where do you want me to start? Anywhere?
We'll have you kind of start here on the bottom.
Yes.
All right, just like that?
Keep going.
Okay, so I ended up ripping it out, but I did successfully finish one for Matt.
I started with dishcloths, then moved on to baby hats and a scarf for my daughter.
I say our knit along has been a success.
See you stitching in 2023.